The village was old, ancient even, with a history that seemed to stretch back to the dawn of time. Ancient stones worn by time and countless footsteps made up its houses and pathways, each one telling a story of the past. Nestled amongst rolling hills, it seemed forgotten by the world, a place where time stood still and the modern world was but a distant memory. Yet whispers filled the air, carried by the wind, weaving through the narrow streets and dark corners. Whispers of a creature that stalked the night. A cat, they said, but not just any cat. This cat was different, shrouded in mystery and fear. Its eyes glowed with an unnatural emerald fire, piercing the darkness. Its eyes glowed, an unnatural emerald fire in the darkness, a beacon of dread for those who saw it. Some said it was a demon, a spirit seeking revenge for wrongs long forgotten. Others believed it was the soul of a girl lost years ago, her sorrow and pain given form in the shape of the cat. The elders warned the children, "Stay inside when the moon is high," they cautioned, for the cat roamed freely under the moon's watchful eye. "Close your eyes if you see the glowing eyes," they whispered, for to look into them was to invite the cat's curse. Fear, thick and heavy, settled over the village each night, a palpable presence that seeped into every home and heart. The whispers continued, echoing the fear in their hearts, a constant reminder of the cat that haunted their nights and dreams. Fariha, a girl with eyes as bright as the morning sun, listened to the whispers. She, like the others, felt the fear, yet curiosity burned within her, a flame brighter than any fear. One night the moon hung high and full. Fariha, unable to resist the pull of the unknown, peeked through her window. There on the old well's edge sat the cat. Its eyes, two emerald embers, pierced the darkness. It sat still, its gaze fixed on Fariha's window. A low growl, guttural and chilling, escaped its throat. Fariha's breath caught in her throat. The cat was real, the whispers, the fear, all justified. Driven by a force she couldn't explain, Fariha crept out of her house. The night was silent, the air thick with anticipation. Step by step she moved towards the well. The cat didn't move. Its eyes, glowing brighter now, followed her every step. As Fariha drew closer, she noticed something chilling. Blood. Drops of it stained the cat's white fur, crimson against the snow. The metallic scent of it filled the air, making Fariha's stomach churn. Fear, sharp and cold, gripped her. She should run, turn back, but she couldn't. The cat held her captive with its gaze. Section 4. A Dance with Darkness. The cat rose, its movements fluid and graceful, as if it were a shadow come to life. Each step it took was a blend of elegance and eerie precision, captivating and terrifying all at once. It circled Fariha, its glowing eyes never leaving her, piercing through the dim light like twin orbs of fire. The air around them seemed to thicken, charged with an unseen energy that made her skin prickle. A low guttural growl, filled with menace, rumbled from its throat, reverberating through the silence. It was a sound that spoke of ancient, untold horrors, a warning and a threat all at once. Terror rooted Fariha to the spot. Her heart pounded in her chest, each beat echoing like a drum in the stillness. She felt as if she was sinking into the ground, unable to move or even breathe. She was trapped, caught in a deadly dance with something ancient and evil. The cat's every movement seemed to mock her, a sinister ballet that she was unwillingly a part of. The cat hissed, the sound like tearing silk, and Fariha saw its teeth. They were sharp, gleaming in the dim light, each one a promise of pain. Sharp, pointed, stained with blood. The sight of them sent a shiver down her spine, a cold dread that settled in her bones. It was then she realized this was no ordinary cat. It was a creature of darkness, a being from the shadows that had taken on a familiar form. This was no ordinary cat. This was a creature from a nightmare, a spectre that had crossed over into her reality. Panic surged through her, a wave of fear that threatened to drown her. Panic surged through her. She had to escape, but how? Every direction seemed blocked, every path a dead end. She had to escape, but how? The cat's presence was overwhelming, a dark force that seemed to fill the room. She looked around frantically, searching for any way out. The cat blocked her only path back to safety. Its eyes glowed brighter, and it seemed to grow larger, more menacing. Fariha knew she had to act quickly, or she would be lost to the darkness forever. From the glowing gaze, Turning, Fariha ran. She could feel the cold night air biting at her skin, the moon casting eerie shadows on the cobblestone streets. She ran faster than she had ever run, her breath catching in her throat, the sound of her own heartbeat pounding in her ears. Every step felt like a lifetime. Every corner she turned seemed to stretch endlessly. But the cat was faster. It was relentless, a dark shadow that seemed to glide effortlessly over the ground, closing the distance between them with terrifying speed. It moved like a shadow, silent and swift, its glowing eyes never leaving her. Those eyes, piercing and unblinking, seemed to see right through her, filling her with a dread she had never known. She reached her door, fumbled with the latch, her fingers numb with fear. The key seemed to slip through her trembling hands, her panic rising with every second. Finally it swung open and she stumbled inside, slamming the door shut behind her. She could hear the wood creak under the force, her heart still racing. She leaned against the rough wood, gasping for breath. Her chest heaved, her legs felt like they could give out at any moment. Silence. Had she escaped? The room was eerily quiet, the only sound her own ragged breathing, then a scratching sound, slow, deliberate, chilling. It sent shivers down her spine. The cat was at her door. Its presence was unmistakable, the scratching growing louder, more insistent. She knew it wouldn't stop until it had her.